link real quick. And XanaMay, if you'd like to come up, you are welcome to. You will not be harassed here, and we have good mods. You'll be spoken to respectfully, and I would never, ever, ever allow anybody to come for you. Pinky, promise you that. But I too was like on this weird thing, and I regret that I kind of fell for what was being said to us. So I mean, I just feel terrible about it. I really do. But look at all the love that you guys gave her. I love my platform. It's so beautiful and bright. And I just want to always keep it that way. You guys always help me keep myself like, don't let me get all, get over it and like go off and stuff. If people, all right, she's coming up, you guys. Be very respectful. Why, hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I, I'm
Thank you
good.
for being the respectful chat and everything.
I wouldn't have it any other way. I owe you the biggest apology that I've ever given, honestly.
Thank you.
How have you been?
I've been good. I've been good, but my family is going through a lot of different situations right now. So
Oh,
they're not liking all the comments and everything. So if you have any questions, please do ask away.
um, well, I'm just glad you're here. I wanted to apologize. I'm sorry your family is going through so much and that you are going through so much. You seem to be such a selfless person. Like, I saw you on the news and I saw all that stuff. And actually, if it's okay with you, I thought about putting out a thing just to show that you're definitely not what was being put out for the public to see. You're absolutely like the opposite. You're like the most heroic female, and I admire that like so much. I'd just
Thank
like to
you.
help fix the story that's going around and show that you're the hero. Because I've learned that Ryan up church, he has a God complex, and he cannot deal with anyone else having like one up on him.
I'm not the hero in the situation,
Oh, okay.
and
That's fine. That's fine. But I just
yeah,
wanted you to hear that, and I wanted everybody else to hear it because it's true.
thank
Um,
you. Thank you.
let's see. I guess, chat. What kind of now it has to be absolutely super respectful. Do you have any questions that you would like me to ask Anime?
Well, I do want to clarify one thing.
Okay.
I did posted those two videos of, of me going after my family and everything, and then going through this crazy journey. So one of the reasons I did say not all heroes wear capes, is because my niece Sophie, she, when basically I met her and she's like, "You're my hero." I was like, "I'm not a hero whatsoever." She's like, "I don't have a cape." Well, I told her, like, I don't have a cape. And she's like, "No, you're my hero because not all heroes wear capes. You literally helped
Oh,
me out." And so that's the quote from
oh
Sophie.
my God. I was trying
And
not to interrupt you.
no, go ahead.
That's absolutely beautiful. Like I just I'm an emotional person, so I don't want to like. That's beautiful. Continue though. I want to hear it.
Yeah, and I got so much hate for it, because everybody's saying like, "Oh, she's self-proclaimed hero and this and that," and I'm really not. I was just quoting Sophie,
So is this more
and
recent? Like, is this something that now they're saying? Is that accurate? Or
yeah. So I
that's so
probably should do
disrespectful.
a stream of all the hate comments that I've been receiving. So it takes a strong person to take all those hate comments,
Oh yes.
and and then you just roll with the punches and become stronger. You use those bullets to build your armor.
Listen, I've never been through what you're going through, but I can tell you that I had a large platform at one point in time, and it was strategically. I was strategically done very dirty, and it ended in me not having my channel anymore. And before the channel was gone, I was taking a lot of flack and getting a lot of hate comments, and like there was cops coming to my house and crazy stuff. Like people, like the person that one of the people was having like random people bring boxes with like just papers and stuff, and it's just really strange things. So I can relate. And if you ever feel like just so overwhelmed, I mean, you can always come to me. But hopefully, we can get this to stop because you're not a bad person. You're actually like an amazing person. I mean, I'm sure that most women that see you would absolutely love to be half as strong and brave as you are. I get that comment. I mean, like, to her, that's a beautiful sentiment. And it's strange to me. I don't understand why you would get it. I just don't. I feel like everybody should know the right, that what's right and what's wrong now. By this point, it's clear that you have nothing to do with it.
Well, thank you.
You're
Yes, I
welcome.
did. I have nothing to do with this case. I
You
was a
use my
peer.
platform to say whatever, and I'm just gonna mute until you are ready for me to talk to you about anything. But what was the second thing?
Um, yeah, so I was just purely a volunteer. There were about 300 volunteers at the site, and I already had this trip planned because when I need time alone, I do have a busy household, and when I need time alone, I just go kayaking. And I was already planning to go to that lake, and unfortunate events happened. So I figured since I'm going to be there with my dog, let me volunteer my time instead of just wasting it.
Hmm.
And there was a booth, and we all signed up. And I got even downloaded an app so that way you can track my movements, where I searched, and
Right.
I never
So you
went
had proof of
over.
where you went there, is what you're saying. Like everywhere you went when you were searching, like you have something that shows the data of that.
Yes, it's on the
Okay.
app.
Good. That's
um,
good. People
and
need to know that.
I never went over that direction. I was actually on completely opposite side of the lake.
Right. Of
I
course,
did
not knowingly, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Exactly. Well, another reason I felt safe kayaking that lake because there were dive teams out there, and I had full trust in my law enforcement.
Yeah.
And then so I figured they already been searching this lake, so there's nothing that I could provide any further. And yeah, so that's really and what it
Right.
is. I'm just a fan. I'm just one of the any
Like
other
us.
fans out there, and I was trying to grow my small channel
Nobody
with
can
the
hate on that. We're all doing that. If
exactly.
you're on YouTube, you're all trying to grow your channel. I understand that. And it was just made out to be more than what it was. I understand completely. Like he was, well, never mind. I won't bring him up, but because, yeah, but whatever. Um, so I wanted to ask you, so you are a local, right? So you are from that area.
I'm from the Bay Area, so it's about 3 hours away from me.
Okay. Do you ever like go there often or no?
I do. The Lake Tahoe area and the Truckee area is absolutely beautiful,
Okay.
especially in wintertime. I go snowboarding there quite often,
Cool.
and I go kayaking around those lakes because they're really calm instead of because the Bay Area is very choppy to kayak, and I like to just meditate, listen to the water,
Oh, that's
and
beautiful.
that's one of the reasons. There's one of the lakes that I have not kayaked in that area. My next one's going to be in Nevada, which is a Boca Lake
Hmm.
right next to it.
Okay. Well, I see. It's beautiful out there. Here where I'm from, I live in Eastern Kentucky, and there's just like there's beauty, but not really locally. So I mean, if I could go somewhere like close by that's just absolutely beautiful and peaceful, I mean, yeah. And you're very active and into like kayaking and snowboarding and all those things. I'm assuming. Somebody asked, where do you currently work?
I currently work for NASA. I'm an emergency
Okay.
manager for NASA. And
Oh, very
I do want to mention that I do not represent any of my jobs.
yeah.
And I am part time National Guard. I was on active duty for over 10 years.
Hmm.
I left active duty so I can pursue my master's degree.
Oh,
And
okay, cool.
that's why I got into National Guard so I can get a really good job after grad school.
Well, that's amazing. I wish I had I kind of worked in corrections and stuff, and then I went to school for law enforcement and criminal justice and all of that and investigation. So it's kind of similar. Like I guess I wanted to do things to help others. I wish I would have been able to do the National Guard. I know it's a good thing to get in, and that just means that you're willing to represent our country, and that's so admirable. And I know we all, when I say we're grateful for you and thank you, and you've not deserved what you've, yeah, not at all. My
Thank you.
heart goes out to you all.
Thank you. So there's one more question in the chat that I would like to answer.
Okay.
It says why did she delete the video from her channel? At the
Okay.
time, I didn't feel it was right for the family to see the channel or to see the video if they ever come across, because it was It was the time that where they actually found her, and I felt absolutely terrible for even making the video.
Hmm.
And that's another reason why I I basically removed it.
I
But then
imagine
I
you were stressed out too, like all this flack coming your way, and you probably didn't. I mean, if you've ever been in one of those situations, you guys, where you've got like the whole world coming down on you, sometimes you just you try to do the right thing, but it's always picked on. Like no matter what you do, you leave it up or you take it down, they're gonna have something to say about it. So I understand. And let's see, I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Like, do you guys have any good questions? And is there anything you want to touch on? Because the
well,
floor is open.
there's another question. How does the military let me talk on YouTube? As I mentioned earlier, I do not represent military and I do not represent my current job position. I'm here
Absolutely.
purely on my own terms,
Okay.
and that's how they able to. That's how I'm able to do any kind of publicity.
Right. We actually have proof that she works for NASA, you guys. Um, Justin had chimed me earlier, so I kind of knew the answer to that, but I didn't want to answer for her, of course. Um,
Yeah, that's one thing was really interesting. The fact that when my name came out, my full name, and another reason why I dropped those two videos because I wanted to show that I am a real person, and I'm not a stolen valor whatsoever. Because that's actually very hurtful when you have spent like 19 years and on your last year to retire, and somebody's calling you a stolen valor.
yeah. Now, I mean this is respectfully, I just do want to touch on it. That way it can put away those thoughts and questions. Um, did you say that you were at the Hispanic party that was next to the party that
I
night?
was
Were you there?
not. I was not at the Hispanic party.
Okay.
That video that everybody's talking about it was a free source video taken from Snapchat.
Okay, see, that's what Psychobabble was saying, that just like anybody else, you clicked it or whatever, and I guess shared it or something.
What it was, when you go to Snapchat Maps,
Hmm.
during that time, I figured, well, let me go check out the Snapchat Maps and see if there's anything else was going on around the area. And that's why I was like, oh, well, let me take a screen video of the Snapchat map, and I sent it in to my community, and they were sharing it. There was another party right next to it. That's all it was.
Awesome. So I'm glad that you're getting to, answer this because I hope it helps you so much. I mean, I hope this brings you so much positivity. Truly, I do. I hate even asking you hard questions, but there again, I mean, the things that's been said about you aren't true. So, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't mean any harm in it, and I know that can be answered like with a logical explanation that people need to hear. It's
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for actually letting me speak,
oh
because I
yeah,
feel like I need to start speaking out, not just for myself, for any other fans that can get bullied, just like I'm getting bullied.
it's awful. It can put well, if you have seen any of my footage, it can put you in like the worst place in the world. I mean, and some people don't have the resources, the people around them. I know I didn't. I didn't have anybody. I mean, my husband, he's very quiet and stuff, so I'm glad you're doing that. I'm really glad you're doing that. That's a beautiful thing to do, and if I can help in any way, I would be glad to. Because bullying, like, look at the suicide rate in the world right now. Like even Patty Pimblett from the UFC, he was talking about it the other night with men, because men like are dropping like more than women. Like and nobody talks about it because how men are supposed to be strong and stuff. But like with I think men and women, it's just that I sound so, I don't know, I just get so emotional thinking about these things, but bullying can really seriously cause somebody to no longer be here, and that's not okay. I'm with you on that.
So what you can do is just spread the word and spread the truth.
Absolutely.
Basically, that sometimes any person can become a victim when it facing a different situation.
Right.
Um, Data Funk asked me, you have 4 or 5 certifications involving homeland rights. So basically, I have hazmat certifications. I used to be a hazmat specialist, as in like working with the different spills, and I am a chem bio rad nuclear analyst by trade, and that's so I don't know what do you mean by 4 or 5? Is it like amounts? or
Let's
anything.
see.
So
You have
I'm talking
4
my
or
resume over here.
let me see. You have 4 or 5 certifications involving Homeland, right? I guess he's asking you, like, you've got a lot of certifications in the field that you're in, and you do not speak for your jobs, like, you're just talking about what you do, right?
Yes, exactly. So sometimes when you have a passion for something and you um, have a drive, and I
Mhm.
just wanted to make something out of my life and take care of my
Awesome.
family. So my drive was to do an hazmat and get my master's degree, and ended up working for NASA.
Yeah. People are, apologizing and just really being sweet from what I'm seeing here. I'm just trying to see if there's anything that would be any importance, that I don't wanna miss anything. I want to give you all the light in the world and give you the platform to be able to, spread your message, and any questions that people are going to have, I want to be able to go ahead and ask you so that we can get the truth out.
Yeah, and I'm here to answer any type of questions because
Yeah. There's
I'm
nothing to
getting
hide.
really I'm getting really it's been an interesting time. So I wanted to speak for myself and
Okay.
to answer any questions.
Here's a good one. Because this kind of goes with something I think I saw a second ago. Like, they wanted to know why you chose, like, to go out on the canoe searching. Like, at the time when you made that video, was that when Kylie was still missing?
Yes, she was still missing at that time.
Right, so you were looking to see if you could find anything, I mean, like, just like everybody else.
Exactly. Just like there were 300 plus volunteers around the area, and I was just one of the volunteers.
Right, did you have, like, any sonar equipment on your canoe? I know this might sound silly, but
No, I do not. It's just my kayak. It's not a canoe. It's a kayak.
sorry.
Canoe is you sit. Yeah, you sit inside, but it looks more of a boat.
Uh-huh.
But the kayak is one person. Canoe has benches,
I think they're
and
wondering, like, like, getting out on the water in the canoe, like, the searching, like, how can I think they're wondering how you can search easily from a canoe is what I'm thinking, or not, maybe not canoe, but kayak. From your boat.
y-
I'm gonna call it a boat. That way I don't get it wrong. I don't wanna be disrespectful, I promise.
that's quite all right. So basically, the water is very murky around that area, so I couldn't really look into the water. All I did is just to see if I can find something on the shore,
Or
either
floating
like
on the top of the water even, that's yeah.
yeah, or even flooding on top of the water or something on the shore. And then I got the phone number of where I need to report. So if I did find something, I would have called it in and reported it. And I took a video because there's a lot of people were
There's
looking at the
cases
Google.
going on, yeah.
Yeah, well, a lot of people looking on Google Maps, and it's a completely different perspective when you're actually on the ground. So
Mhm.
I do have a GoPro, and I figured let me take a video so I can get a little perspective from the ground.
Right, well, I understand it, and I know these may seem like weird questions, but it's things that I know people need to hear. So, and I'm glad that I'm so thankful to give you my platform, and I'm hoping that it gets seen and more people will find out your truth. And I know it will. It'll come because you just don't deserve what's happened. And guys, I don't believe she can speak on that situation with Ryan Church, so I'm not going to ask her any questions about that because I'm assuming that there's a good reason for that, and it's probably well deserved for him. So I'm not going to ask her that unless she just wants to, say it, and she has not. So, um, and it may feel disrespectful towards her, and I don't want to disrespect her. I want to ask the right questions and ask her good questions, but um, I'm just thinking that she can't answer those. Right?
I'm not brushing up on the topic.
Exactly. So you guys can take that for what it's worth, but I'm sure you understand why she would not be able to talk about the topic. All right. So let's see. Can you ask why she, let's see, was there? Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is a good one. This is really good. So, somebody, there was that photo of the phone screen or whatever, and I reckon, like, the time or something was supposed to be different, something like that. Do you know what I'm talking
No, I was there on the 13th.
about?
I do
Okay.
want to clarify that I was
Okay.
there on the 13th, and I did not say I was there on the 20th because as you
Okay.
can go back and scrub through the videos, you'll
Mhm.
be able to see. I did call From the campsite, I did call in to the Tony, whatever his last
Yeah,
name is,
Tony Dodge.
and yes, I called in from the campsite. You can actually see it
Has he
on
apologized to
that
you?
video. I have not spoken to Tony Dodge.
He has not apologized. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, um, let's see. I knew that would be a good question to ask you though, because I know there was a lot of things that people were saying behind that back then. And I just want to be able to give you any ability to give your story and just anything that's like people found thinking that was really important because like most of this stuff's easily explained and like I don't know. So is there anything you can think about like that you want to talk about or anything you
I
feel
would
that you
just
need to touch
say,
on?
sometimes when there's a lot of speculation happening on social media, you should really think about the personnel that are actually involved with
Yeah,
the different speculations, especially when it concerns very difficult case for the families, and they're creating a lot of unnecessary drama and unnecessary stress
yeah,
during the terrible times. And I understand everybody's entitled to their opinion, and everybody's opinion does matter, but there's still a human factor what comes with those opinions.
absolutely. You know, like I was saying, I feel so bad because it's strange to me because this doesn't normally happen. I mean, with I'm trying to speak around like things so that you know it doesn't harm anything in your life. Uh, when a famous person does something like this, it's absolutely alarming because they know what type of platform they have, and as somebody who's like putting out content that children consume, that anybody can see, and when you're famous, I mean, the whole world picks up on it, right? And when you come into like a small community like true crime, of course they're going to have you up or whatever, and it's really reckless and super like you could have gotten hurt or something from those accusations and lies and stuff, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Because you never know who's actually trying to act up upon it, and maybe find my address,
Yeah, and that's
maybe
insane.
threaten my family. And when it comes to my family, I'm extremely
Mods,
protective of that.
take that Lindsay R down, please. Thank you.
So
Okay.
when it comes to my family, I'm extremely protected. When it comes
Mhm.
to me, I can take as much hate, as much bullying as I can get, and because we strong women have to stick together.
Yeah, we do. And you're welcome here anytime, I promise. And if you ever need my help or anything, even if you want to, you know, start putting things out on your channel, I would be glad to help you and share your message.
Thank you.
Like I said, I just absolutely cannot believe that this even happened. I mean, like most people know better than to
So
speculate at that type of, yeah, that way, that deep, that like just saying something to be true. That's so dangerous. And I just want to apologize on their behalf and then also my own, like I said, because I was investigating it and trying to see, and that just makes me feel bad though, even that part because it just was such an outright lie. And
So the question is, how do I link with Liquid Mill? I am strictly a fan,
I
and
thought so.
I've been a member of his channel for a year now, and so I'm also a member of quite a few other channels because it is my side hobby, and that's the only reason how him and I linked.
Right. Give me one moment here. Let's see. But honestly, there's nothing I would want to do. Tracking and hunting someone. Yeah. I'm gonna pull this up here. Let's see. You're such a sweetie, Brittany. I'm so glad that you're doing this. Um. All right. Sorry. I'm so sorry, Sam.
No
Oh, no. And how
worries.
do you pronounce your name? Like actually.
It's anime. You're saying it right.
Okay.
So the history behind anime, because I've been anime for a very very long time. Um, it's you remember Warrior Princess Xena?
Yes. Absolutely. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
So she was my favorite character when I was growing up, And I read a lot of books, I read some comics, and I'm really big fan of different anime. So I just combined the name and plus Anna May as an Anastasia Mainage. So it just kind of flew together.
Okay. Let's see here. I didn't get to hear what you said. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
I was getting my husband to log in so he can mod and stuff. That way, just to be sure, because the numbers are starting to grow a little bit. And like I told you, it'll be respectful on my platform. And
Yeah,
yeah,
so Lisa Rowe said specialists do not have masters. I'm extremely sorry. NCO could have masters, but by the time they change to officers, some of them. Okay,
an
so
overachiever, you guys. People
with
do.
with the National Guard, so I did get my bachelor's degree during my active duty time. So I was going to night school during the same time I was doing my deployments and everything as well. And there's a hybrid school, it's online. But with National Guard, you are technically a civilian and you do your military obligation once a month and then two times, 2 weeks out of the year. So you pursue your civilian career, you pursue your civilian education. So my master's degree is from my civilian education. Just wanted to clear that up.
Okay, good. Yeah, if you look through here and find any questions you want to answer, yeah, go for it. I'm trying to find some for you as well. Let's see. So anyway, I'm okay. Here we go. I'm local and originally believed it to be an accident. No, um, no, I'm mind blown. What is your theory about Kylie? Do you feel comfortable in going into your
I
theory?
don't do theories.
Okay.
I wait for the facts to come out, for the investigation to be finished, and then after that, we'll be like, okay, this is what it was, and this is what it wasn't.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, we do discuss theories, but we do try to be careful, and I'm in the future going to be even more careful, like with certain things, especially where the information's coming from, even if I even touch on it. So I do have to say that I've learned that, and you're like super inspirational, by the way. Somebody is saying about the blue hair and stuff, but didn't you say right now you're off duty?
Yeah, so my purple hair, it was temporarily chalk that you can put in your hair. As well, all
Yeah,
women know, we can change our appearances.
absolutely. Yeah.
And when I'm in the comfort of my own home, I can have purple nails and I can have purple hair.
Right. Absolutely. Okay, let's see. This one says, what a great question. I've heard you ask it before. I think it was missed. Maybe you can go up on panel to ask or talk to Brittany. Let's see. Where's Verna's question, you guys? I don't know where it is. So let me see. I'm looking for you, Verna. Hold on.
So there's a question from Data Funk. How did you link up with Tony Dodge?
Yeah, good question.
Um, so while I was on the campsite, well, not actually on the campsite, I was all the way across the lake, sleeping in my car. And so I woke up at about 2:30 in the morning, being extremely cold because the weather was very, very cold and I didn't bring enough blankets. So I had to run the heat in my car to heat up. And I was like, well, let's see what night owls are out there on YouTube live streaming about anything. And I was listening to their conversations. They start talking about the homeland security and then why the homeland security is involved. Since it is my subject matter expert um, with that topic, and that's why I came up, because when there are different jurisdictions, especially when there's a federal jurisdictions involved, the homeland security will be involved as well, because that's why we have Cal OES, is a California Office of Emergency Services. So that's why I came out on a panel just to talk about that. And the
Okay.
panel was very light, and we ended up discussing the area, what the area looks like, if it's cold or if it's dark in that area. So I jumped on and said, like, yeah, well, I'm actually right here. I'm in my car. The area is really, really dark and it's cold outside, and there's some coyotes as well.
Yeah.
And they asked me if I can show the area. And so I got my laptop and I showed the area, and they're like, oh, wow, it's really dark. And later on, Tony Dodge reached out to me and he said that everybody loved me in the chat, and he was wondering if I can come on as a panelist, and I did one time, and I I did with him two panels, and in my third panel, that's when the other person came on. So
Okay.
that's it's purely just being on a panel of somebody else.
So did you enjoy his content? And it says, so did you know him before Tahoe?
No,
Okay, so you just like found him randomly. I do that all the time because I consume way too much content, but it helps me to be able to understand things to a different depth, I think. And let's see what's this question is. You they're basically just wondering, do you just this? Do you have an idea whether you think accident or just foul play? Can you state that?
I honestly, this is my own opinion and my own opinion only, and
Yes, you
I
can
still
talk about
believe
your
it was an
opinion.
I still believe it was an accident.
You do,
But we never know until the evidence come out, and we might
right?
not even know because she is a minor.
Right, right. I understand that. What I've been looking at from what I've seen, um, the clothing thing is a big issue for me. And Jared, where they did find her, she was wearing a shoe. So, like I thought she appeared to not have any clothing, allegedly, and it's what it appeared. And whenever he was asked about her clothing, it was just a shoe, and that tells me I feel very strongly that there's no way there's an accident. She wouldn't have been like that in her car there. To me, that's how I feel about it. If that is factual, I feel like he would know, but if that is the truth, that's how I feel.
Yeah, I'm staying away from this case.
Oh, I understand.
I will keep an eye on all the other investigations because it is still it's interesting, it's curious as
Yeah.
everybody's on each platform is trying to look for answers. But I'm not commenting on this case anymore.
Right. Okay. Well, I do have one other question. So you said you were sleeping in your car there. Is that so you could stay and search and you didn't have to travel back and forth?
It's so I don't have to set up a tent because I do have a dog and
Yeah.
there are coyotes in the area.
Okay. I understand. Oh, yeah. I mean, but I think what they were asking is, so like you were staying there during the search. Is that why you were there sleeping in your car though? Like,
Well, it is a 3-hour drive, and
yeah.
downloading and loading a kayak, it's very difficult task when you're a pretty short person. And so, plus, I wanted to have time for myself. And this is a very, very normal occurrence for me to go out with my kayak and just sleep in my car, just camp out, and leave in the morning to go home.
Right. This person says, I will super chat $500 to this channel if you can, I guess, verify that you were in the guard. I'm pretty sure it was already verified.
I don't know how else to verify. All my information is out there, so you have to just Google my name.
Right. All right. And Data Funk, which is Justin, he says, why not a hotel?
Because I like camping. Camping in the nature and then seeing the stars, just being out there on any type of body of water and just looking up and having just the fresh air.
Somebody says, put up your resume, which I would understand. You don't want your private information out. I
My
feel like that's
resume is already
bullying.
out there.
Let's see. Well, so then they could just go and see that you have a resume, and so yeah, there's verification as well. I know that some of this may seem harsh, but I feel like it's best for people to have the answer, so they'll leave you alone. Does that make sense? I don't want you to think that I'm like trying. I'm trying not to be um,
It is,
harsh.
and no, no, no. You've been absolutely respectful, and I do greatly appreciate that, and I appreciate your platform as well.
Well, thank you.
Um, and so I just want to say that, like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and they can have questions, they can have speculations, and anything they want. I do want to put out there that I am a real person, and I take care of my family, and I have nothing to do with this case.
Right. Okay. Let's see. Your channel. Can you put the link to it in the comments, or get it to me so that I can? And what are you going to base your channel on from here going forward?
Well, at the beginning, I wanted to use my knowledge about the different aspects of what like that had to relate with hazmat and non-proliferation and terrorism studies. But then I just wanted to create some small educational videos, and I'm not really good at video editing, but I'm getting used to it. And then I wanted to release a podcast that my best friend and I already had for over 6 months. And as of right now, I'm definitely not going to get into true crime, but I do want to do natural disasters because I figured by being an emergency manager, I can actually utilize my knowledge and expertise to get out there and then do life with the natural disasters, especially with the floods that are happening in Pakistan right now.
Yeah. Um, Somebody says that you should have discharge papers or a military ID to verify that you are in the in the National Guard.
It
Um,
is a private information, and I'm not going to share it with anybody else.
okay. Are you married?
I am engaged.
Oh, awesome. That's beautiful. Wonderful. I'm glad. Do you like? Well, I'm not going to ask you that question either, just because of how things have been going for you. Let's see here. How long have you known the Glarer, or what? Yeah, I can't. I think that's how his name's pronounced.
Since all of this started,
Okay.
and I do
Um,
not know him personally.
okay. Yeah, that's, I mean, like most of us, we end up, if you go on somebody's panel or whatever, if something happens, I mean, she was just on Tony Dodge's stuff, just getting into something. It seems as if she was trying to figure out what way she wanted to go with her channel, like what she wants to cover. And I myself, like after everything, I tried to like figure out something else I could like focus my time on, things I was interested in, right? But where the work that I've done, my experience, everything, it brought me back, to true crime. And so I'm not at all embarrassed of what I do at all. And actually, like when we do speculate on things, I mean, we try to be as respectful as possible in that speculation and not ever blame anybody. And it was just in this situation, it was so weird, and like that person should have known better, and because of who he is, it makes it seem like it's real or true. But that like this is a good example, guys. When you have a huge platform, you cannot do that type of thing, and especially when you're stating that you know what you're talking about when you do not. Like when we talk here, normally we're looking at the facts or pictures or something that is you can hold, that something that can hold water or value, where we try to look at it like that, and put the pieces together. Sometimes it's not always going to be perfect, but it's what I love, and I love to talk about these people and help these families. Love to look into it, and if somebody's guilty of something, I don't want to see them get away with harming someone else. So I'm not at all embarrassed of what I do. I love what I do. I love to bring light to different cases. Like if there's a missing child and we can find that person and they'll be perfectly healthy, that's always going to be the goal. So our
And keep
hearts are
keep
in that.
doing what you do. Keep doing what you do
Thank
because
you.
you create in your own community, you create in your own content, you actually putting yourself out there and talking openly about some topics that some people would not even cover.
Yeah, yeah,
And I highly encourage for any other creators to really get out there. Just make sure you understand that there are other people that can be hurt during this kind of situations, and especially the innocent people that have nothing to do with situation.
yeah, absolutely. And like I've stated, if there's anything that we can do out in my community, all of us, if we can help you in any way, I'd be very glad to do so. And guys, I want you to go and sub to her channel. Again, XanaMay, I would love for you to get me that link or post it in the comments so that I don't know if you can post the link in the comments, but
I posted a link in the comments. I'll also send it to you private
okay, yeah,
chat.
awesome.
But I'm not out here to promote my channel or
No,
promote my
no, I want to.
content.
That's my decision. I would like to promote your channel and help you. You have
Thank
went
you.
through like something so absolutely disgusting, and I'm really sorry. And like I stated, it's so unfortunate because and this is my thoughts, my opinions. This is not her saying. This is not her like. agreeing with me or nothing, so this doesn't, but I just have to state this. Ryan Upchurch is famous, okay, you guys, and his following is like a cult. They believe every word he says. They'll do anything he says that they should do. And if he infers something, they believe that to be true. So, what he done is super reckless and very dangerous. And because he's the one that put it out, a lot of us true crime people thought, well, Lord, he would never put out misinformation and risk his career. But he did. He did. Okay. So that's just the fact of it. And this woman right here is an absolute hero. She's not saying that. I'm saying that. I picked her like the wrong way, and I'm just glad that she's here and that we can share her message and that we can make it right because I feel like I'm not a blind supporter, and somebody who cannot take any type of criticism or can't be told when they're not doing the right thing or something's wrong and they freak out about it. Like that's a sign that there's something wrong. That's what narcissistic people do. And I just think that if all these people are real fans, then they will try to get him some help because he absolutely needs it, regardless to why he's doing what he's doing or whatever. There's no good reason for it at all. Like never a good reason to hurt innocent people. You have to remember that. What if you were XanaMay? Got to think about it because you could have easily been in her seat that night on Tony Dodge's channel and being pegged to be something you're not. So always remember that. But I am going to post your stuff. So that ain't you saying that. I'm saying that. I want to share your message and I want to help you get your innocence out there. And it's sad that we're having to do so.
Thank you.
You're very
I
welcome.
really do appreciate it, and I'll promote your content as well.
Well, you do not have
Um,
to do that, but I do thank you very much.
yeah, and there is no conspiracy with Purple Hearts. Purple Hearts actually
Yes.
represents strength, and it represents like anti-bullying as well, and also represents all of the branches of military. If you combine all the colors of the military, it creates a Purple Heart. So we actually have a Purple Heart Day.
Yes. Beautiful. And so that's probably got a lot to do with why you had the color purple in your hair.
Absolutely,
Yeah, that makes
and
a whole lot.
it's one of my favorite colors.
My daughter's
Um,
favorite color is purple as well.
so I'm gonna jump off your panel, and I'll let you have the platform back.
Okay.
And I appreciate of you having me over here as well.
Oh, anytime at all. And like I said, if there's anything we can do, I would be absolutely happy to do so because I want to.
Well, thank you, and you have a good night.
Thank you. You too, baby. Stay safe. All right, you guys. Yeah, I was wondering where my mods were. Eric was getting online to try and mod for me. I don't know if the phone had been dead. I didn't expect for her to come on. It just kind of happened. But there's no way I would not have her up. She needs her innocence, spread, and it's sad, but it's the truth. I wish that it was easier for me to remove things here from StreamYard. That's one thing I really do not like about this platform. Yeah, and I'm not trying to promote Ryan by any means, but also by not talking about this problem, that's just giving him what he wants. He's used to getting by with everything because nobody is ever brave enough to speak up against him because he has such a following behind him that's cult like and will do anything and everything he says. I'm not afraid of Ryan at church. I was a fan of him, and I feel that he has been super reckless, and there's just no excuse. There just isn't. So that's that. And I understand her not wanting to talk about it, but it seems to me that she's doing the right thing and she's going to get justice for what has happened. And I hope she gets all the money in the world for what he's done. So there's that. That's my opinion. So if you don't like that, you can just take your little tail and move along. You don't like it, you can, yeah. What does this say? I was trying to do my old thing, like don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Do you guys remember that? But anyways, we were going to look at the new photos of Nick because we had the old photo of a Nick, and we found out that the photo of Nick that was with Jagger and Kate is the Nate that was arrested for like drug related things, and then we have Nick who was dating allegedly, according to Kate, was dating Kiely, and it was said that he had possibly also been dating Sammy. So, you know, when the facts come out and something is negated and the truth comes out from it, like when speculation is made, but that wasn't speculating what was done; it was said to be true, and you should never do that. First of all, but secondly, um, I just feel so guilty. I mean, it's just so weird. The poor thing, like the coincidences of her out trying to help and searching, and she gets injured. I just feel bad. So after I seen all the things I did on the news, and I seen documentation and stuff. I'm not going to share it because she doesn't want that shared, but you can easily look it up. You can easily find it, and it proves who she is and that she's telling the truth and that she is a hero. So I had to have her on. I'd have her on any other time. Yeah, and I think that people should leave her alone. You know. Let's see, Debbie. I can only do so much being the only mod in chat. I didn't. Oh, you're doing great, Chastity. Love your heart. You was. I mean, it kind of got big and people were commenting a lot. So it's not your fault, baby. That's why I was trying to get Eric in though, so he could help. How old is Nick? I think it's actually Nate. I keep getting Nick and Nate mixed up for whatever reason. That's like a common thing they say. But yeah, Nate. Thank you. He made 9 disparaging comments. He made quite a few bad comments. See, I hate when people try to control the conversation. Good for you, Brittany. I love your assertive way. Well, thank you. I'm working on getting back to where I was. Chastity, no offense, but you needed to block him. He should. Well, no, no, I don't. I don't blame her. She's just doing her best, and she was all by herself tonight. I thought maybe, hopefully, a few more mods were in here, but I don't think there were. Gold says, I get you, Brittany. He made us talk about him because of what he was said and did. Yeah, he did. And if you watch the beginning of this live, this wasn't supposed to be about him. It wasn't supposed to be based around him. It's just sometimes when you're doing this, you've just got to go with the story wherever it's going. And that's just where it went tonight. Of course, I would share her anytime. She's welcome here. And if I could protect her and fix everything and patch everything, I absolutely would because I don't want to see innocent people hurt. It's just not right. It's not morally right. Us as humans, we're supposed to love one another. The world's supposed to be based on love. But somewhere along the line, it got all jacked up, and now it's just all hate and people doing terrible things to others. There's really no morals in anybody now, and it sucks. I mean, there's still good people out there. My community's full of them, but there's just so much more bad people than there are good. Oh, cool. I didn't know what about the color purple. Yeah, I'm glad she clarified so many things, so many important things. So now I'd like to have anybody else up that would like to come up and discuss some things. Maybe you want to discuss Nate with me. Yeah, she certainly didn't deserve to be falsely accused. No, absolutely not. And what she said is true. I think when I talk about these things, I'm going to try my best to be more careful, even more careful in the future. See, hey, sweetheart, I've been listening and painting. Good live. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. Um, and I've seen something up here. You don't accept super chats. No, but if you want to support the channel, I do have Cash App. Those things should be in the bio, and it should be also running across the bottom of the screen, I believe. Um, let's see. Hey, Brittany, did you see the latest video of the fellow you had on panel last night? Will make you pee your pants. It's so funny. Where he did the trolling thing, like trying to prove that Ryan was trolling in his last video. I did watch it. Me and Eric watched it this morning. And I was like, wow. And a lot of people thought he was being serious, though, that he was actually like sucking back up. And I was like, no, he isn't. He's trying to portray exactly what was portrayed in Ryan's video. Yep. But I thank everyone for being here. So I'm going to try to get this going. Let me put this in the chat. Eric, hold on just one moment. Okay, sorry about that. I went and got my Oh my gosh, I thought I'd turned it on, so I've been sitting here talking. Sorry. No, it's not finished. I had to go get my cell phone. I'm sorry about that. But I'm gonna pin the link so that you guys, if you want to come up, if you want to talk to me, if you want to debate anything, you absolutely can. Uh, I don't have any reason not to. I just ask that you be respectful if you do. As long as you're respectful, it's fine to talk about whatever here. We can debate whatever you need to debate. We don't need no haters up in here. All right, let's hold on. We pin this bad puppy. All right, so that should be pinned. If you guys want to come on panel, there it is. I'm also going to share her link. If it'll let me copy this, that would be absolutely great. Okay, come on. And then, like I said, we're going to look at Nate's photos. Maybe we'll get to do it eventually, right? Don't worry, Britt. I got your back. Oh, I love you, girlfriend. We're good. Listen, nobody has to share anything that they don't want to. That's why we have the privacy acts and all of those things, you know? There are laws that are for these things to protect people. That's why with minors, you're not supposed to share things that people don't want you to share when people are underage. There's just so much to it. And I know that here on YouTube, a lot of times the rules are not followed. And well, that gets people sued. So you got to remember that. These things can cause serious outcomes. I have my own channel now and would love for you to come over and catch one of them. I would be glad to. Mommy knows best. 100%. Just let me know anytime. Can you pin more than one thing? No, you cannot. Well, that sucks. So I'll leave my pin up for just a moment so you guys can come on if you'd like. I would love for one of you to come up. It's like pulling teeth around here to get people on panel anymore. And let's see. Okay, be respectful. If you have anything rude, oh, Chastity, you're doing great, baby. No worries, no worries. Like I said, there was just a lot of people. You should be okay writing in the MD money. Well, I mean, of course, I appreciate any supportive donations or anything like that. I mean, if you guys do want to donate, I will accept it graciously. My Snapchat, or gosh, my Snapchat, my Cash App is the money sign Brittany, BRITTANYLOUU. So that's two U's. And then my Venmo is capital B, Brittany, capital L, Lou, LOU, capital P, Preston. And I do appreciate it, but it's not necessary. You do not have to. Yeah. So I guess nobody's going to come up, sadly. So we're going to move along, and I'm going to find these photos here real quick for you guys to look at. Sounds good. All right. Yeah, I can't make her provide anything, and I would not even, yeah. I already know that answer, so all you have to do is just do a little quick search, and you can find the videos to prove what she said. I get my Brit fix before I get my kiddos from school and would love to come up and never have had a chance. Kelly Evans, come on up, baby. Click that link at the top. It's pinned in the like above the comments. Click it and come on up. You're very welcome here. All right, guys. Now I've got to find the photos I wanted to show you. See, I was trying to get proof or facts offering your channel $500 bonus just to help. Well, no, I appreciate it, Armando. I really do. I really appreciate that. And I'm not trying to come down hard on you or anything. I didn't find anything wrong with your comment. It's just that I can't make her do it. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to press her because she's been through a lot. And although I could absolutely use $500, I just don't want to hurt her any further than she's already been hurt. And I'm sure she's scared. Like, y'all got to realize these creek squatters, there's seriously like something wrong with some of them. And I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just the truth. Like, not all of them. I mean, like, I called myself a creek squatter, but some of them are scary. Like, the things that they believe to be true are just insane. Delana says, "Hello, Brittany. Love you. How are you doing tonight? So glad you're back. Oh, I love you, and I'm so glad to be back. You guys missed XanaMayX. She was just up, and she got to clarify a lot of different things. Um, yeah. Here we go. Photos. Mm-mm. So, can you guys see this? Yeah, you could. And then this is Mag's boyfriend. I get their names confused like every single freaking time. Drives me insane. There's a few other things too up here actually. I thought were pretty. These were all thanks to Justin. I don't know what we'd do without him. I know Jay is for Justice over on that channel. They were talking about this Nate guy and how he relates somehow to I guess the law enforcement possibly. I mean, she was stating it's possible that that could be the case. I really don't think I need to share my screen actually to share you with these photos. It would be better if I just uploaded them to an overlay. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. One of you guys come up with me. That way, while I'm looking for photos, you guys can be talking. We can carry on a conversation about something important for the case, something that would be good for Kiely. That's like this. I just wonder about this feller. Look at him. Is he not like this, like twin? Like literally the twin of Jagger? Looks just like him. Debbie is not being nice. Hold on, let me find Debbie. Guys, do not be disrespectful to one another. We love each other here. We don't always have to agree with one another, and many times we don't. Some people here still think it's an accident. So, we do have a right to our own opinions. But do not be disrespectful to one another. I'm trying to find that comment. I seen it and then it went away. I seen Debbie's name. Armando, you called her a liar and offered $500 to prove she was in the National Guard. You can't. Well, no, I do agree that you can't force nobody to do those things. I don't think she's trying to be mean. But there may have been a comment after that that I didn't see, and if so, I mean, I'm sorry. But it seems like she was being, just trying to be respectful. I did pin her link in there in the comments a little bit ago. But yeah, look at this photo, you guys. Let's pay attention to this real quick. What do you think about this? Do you think it looks like Jagger or no? Because I do. And so this guy's name is Nate. And I was wondering if you guys had heard about him or anything. Oh, you don't got to leave, Debbie. No, I did. I was. That's why I went back to find your comment. I didn't find it to be mean or anything. I think actually you were trying to take up for me. And well, I want you guys to love each other, and I can take the flack. I promise. He's not serious. I've offered to show him twice. I don't know. Oh, about like proving that he's wrong. It's so hard to follow because the chat's just kind of junk. Like it's all whopped up right now. He's not serious. I've offered to show him twice. Yes. See, the only similarity. Okay, here we go. Here's something. The only similarity I see is the hair. It's kind of like Jagger's. Guys, I think that like the face kind of resembles him. I think that like his body like kind of resembles him in a way, like how skinny and like tall he is. Hey Michelle, were you here for the last little bit of the show? No, you'll have to go back and rewatch for sure. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, and if you enjoy my channel, please subscribe. All right, so this is Nate. This is the guy that was supposedly dating Kiely, when she was murdered, basically, in my opinion. That guy looks older than Jagger, says Blue October. I agree. I think he does look older, but it would be easy to mistake it, don't you think? And I believe he could fit that character too. And if he wanted to, like, okay, so we seen Jagger on the news with Kate, right? Wearing the black hat with the flat bill. And so it would be super easy. Look, this guy wears flat billed hats as well. And the photo that Justin and I were working on, hold on, I'm going to pull that one up. This guy could also be that person. Absolutely. And what I was going to say, if this guy wanted to wear what Jagger was wearing when he was on the news to try and make it look like it was him, that would be so easy, would it not? So freaking easy. and he would set him up easily. Just think about it. It would just be super simple. Because Jagger was on the news, said he was a boyfriend and all that, you know? I need to make sure that whichever one of these I find, that it shows the picture really well. I think maybe this one might be the full picture. If not, I'll just upload the other one. That's weird. Okay, so no, this is the like original, right? And you can't really see that guy back there, like, but you can tell that those trees right here. You see that cluster of trees? How that is? That was where Sammy said they were parked. It's just from looking at from the left over on the left some. I mean, I wouldn't really know how much distance that is from the car, but it's to the left of like the pointing picture where Sammy points to where the car is. And I may actually have that too, so I can show you real quick. And then, well, I want to show you this. This is Mag's boyfriend. And can you tell me what his name is? I keep forgetting it. I know Justin knows his name. Tow truck guy drops a bombshell. Yeah, AWP says detective had not heard about it 2 weeks later. I mean, we don't know that that's the case for sure, but it's possible. You know, it's just something we're looking at. We aren't saying this is fact. We're not saying this happened. We don't know yet. We're trying to figure out what happened. We're not calling anybody guilty for anything. We're just trying to figure out if it's possible that they might be guilty, you know? Thank you so much, Delana. And Blue October says they do look similar. See, what's this photo from? That photo of Nate. Jay is for Justice had it, and I reckon they had verified that it is him. And then Eric looked back and said that apparently this is this guy named Nate. So that's how it came about. A lot of them got that California look though, but it does look close to, yeah. I mean, but he could pass as him. That's what I'm saying. Well, the biggest thing about that statement is Sammy said that, and it's still, yeah, and Sammy lies a lot, apparently, from what we can gather. It seems as if. And I mean, because a lot of our stories don't pan out, right? So we've just got to take that with an ounce of salt. But it does look really creepy in that photo, guys. It looks like he's carrying something, like the top part of something, and it just freaked me out. And what made it worse though was when I was on Crime Lines and Lies with Brooks. Um, when I showed her the photo to ask her opinion on it, uh, this was before we'd ever even lightened it up and you could see really what he was doing and what he looked like. She said, "Oh my God," because I was showing her how you could tell that that's that location where Kylie's car was supposed to be parked, and maybe, I mean, and you got to look at all those kids in the photo of that photo. They aren't doing that for nothing. And Sammy didn't take that very picture for nothing. Something was happening. That was the moment that whatever happened happened. I believe it with all my soul, because then there was a mass exodus and they were like really boogieing, they said, the people at the campground. It's a discussion. So many things are discussed. Yeah, we talk about a lot of different things. Now them two pictures look a lot closer. I don't know what to think. Yeah, this is the same person. This is him though at that party. So if, like, this is her boyfriend down on the bottom, right? For sure. That is her boyfriend. The guy up at the top is at the one at the party. So do you think this is him at the party? See, Placer Sheriff is involved in pedo cover up weird. I mean, I don't know that to be true. But I have heard a lot of weird things. I've heard a lot of weird things going on out there. A mass exodus is like a bunch of cars leaving at one time. You know what I'm saying? Or like a bunch of people leaving a location at one time, like in a hurry. So that's what that is. So it's like all them cars like leaving at one time, getting out of there, like a train of cars. Da, da, da. Yeah, why did they all take off so quickly? I guess we don't know. Yeah, exactly. I mean, all of this stuff, it tells you that they know something, they seen something, or they heard about something. They heard this happened at the party, and they're like, okay, we better leave. Yeah, it's a still from a video, right, Justin? Placer Sheriff is involved. Let's see, does anyone know what Sammy's mom and dad do for a living? I've heard that either her mother or her father is a lawyer, and then one of them is involved somehow, like in the army, I believe. Mary, one parent is a lawyer and the other's a PI, private investigator. Yep. Yeah. PI said the volunteer center was empty at all times. Weird? Question mark. That is pretty weird. Marie, there has been speculation, but no one really knows. Right? We don't know yet. We're just trying to figure this out. AWP never talked to mom. PI never talked to mom. Weird question mark. Okay, so the mother was not their family goodness contact. The contact was supposed to be an aunt and the father and the grandpa, something like that, I believe. Usually teenagers take off quickly because they don't want to get in trouble. Yeah, that is true, Blue October, very true. There's something deeper, more sinister into this. I hate to say it. That's why this is leading out so long. Yeah, I agree 1,000,000,000,000,000%. There's something going on and it's freaky. They know it, we know it. They haven't even tried to hide it. I mean, they have not tried to hide the fact that this there's something crazy going on. They don't know how to take care of it. Lord, I'd say I have not seen Luann. She's going to be super upset when she finds out that she missed this live. So, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you share the live. If you want to share it, I would appreciate it if you did. And if you haven't, hit that like button. It's just hit it real quickly if you like what you're seeing. I mean, obviously, we don't like the topic. We don't like that this happened. We don't like that we're having to figure this out. Nobody ever does. In any case, we don't like that it's happened, but we care and we want to do something to help. Now other chats are saying her body has not been in there 2 weeks. That she and her car was submerged recently. I don't know what to believe. Justice for Kylie. Yeah, guys, if you haven't been using the hashtag, I have been hashtag justice number 4 Kylie. So, guys, anything you post or whatever, we need to start using hashtag justice for Kylie because this is becoming more than what it's been said to be. That's what they wanted you to think. It's all been distractions. Like before, they were trying to say she was trafficked. Look away from the lake. They didn't want us to look at the lake. They wanted us to look anywhere but the lake. Then now that we know it's a murder, they're trying their best to figure out a way to make it look like it wasn't a murder, that it's, you know, whatever. I don't know. But I believe that maybe her car was put in there after. I don't know. It's just so crazy. But somebody come up and get on panel with me so we can further our discussion. Or or maybe we should just wait and touch on the other things tomorrow. It's up to you guys what we do, but the link is pinned at the top. I'll give y'all a few minutes if one of you want to pop up. Thank you, Michelle, for sharing that. And Chastity, you guys are doing amazing, and I appreciate all of my mods. I love all of you. Delana, I think you can find Sammy's parents' information online. Yeah, I've seen people look it up. Britt, have you seen the video from Project Veritas on the sheriff? No, I haven't. Are you talking about the sheriff Shannon Moon, the Nevada sheriff? Let me know. And somebody was asking me what the importance was, where I had shared the message that Placer County Sheriff put on Run Up Church's Instagram. That is important because he went in further detail about it with Bullhorn Betty. And he was saying that they wanted him to take the stuff down. So they're trying to get him to take stuff down. And basically his sheriff's department's going to have to go out and have him take it down if they follow the right protocol, which it seems like Placer County doesn't understand. But the reason that they would be the ones to do that is because her family is in the Placer County district. Hey, man, Rosales, can you do me a favor and just turn your camera off real quick? That way, they've been doing a lot of inappropriate things lately on lives. I just got to be careful and take all precautions. I don't want to be rude. I hope you can hear me. I'll just put up I'll just tell you what, I'll put up, no, come back up. You're welcome to come up. I'm going to put up an overlay so that we'll be protected. All right. Pop back on. I wasn't trying to run you off. I was just trying to be careful. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. You there?
Yeah. How are you tonight?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. So what do you want to talk about?
I was asking you if you've seen that Project Veritas video.
No, I've not. I have not. Could you tell me about it? Or
Are you familiar with Project Veritas?
no, not at all. Tell us about it.
They go undercover and they pretty much just bust people all the time. It's pretty interesting, but I don't want to go into them too much. They done a video on that Sheriff Wayne Wu or whatever. And this is
Uh-huh.
a few years ago, I believe. Um, and there's a big, you really need to watch it because it's a big old where they covered up the rape of a 16-year-old. Um, and
Oh,
the way they got away with it is because she signed the 16-year-old signed a permission slip saying that she was 18 so that she could ride in the car with him.
are you serious? Oh
Like
my goodness.
no, this is you got to watch the video. It's not
Yes.
it's not
Can you
BS.
send me
It's
that
not BS
link?
at all.
Oh
I
no.
can look for
Could
it
you
and send
send
it to you. I'm not.
Oh yeah, I could just look it up, I guess. I
Yeah,
don't know why,
uh,
but
it'd probably be good for you to show it on your channel. After you
I
verify
would.
everything for yourself.
Yeah.
But the other sheriff basically put him into office because they cover it all up, and then then you get into the Ryan Upchurch conspiracy crap where um, John Podesta is a big name in that area,
Okay.
which is you're familiar with who Podesta is, right?
No. Tell me.
He's part of the WikiLeaks with Hillary Clinton and Pizzagate, which is
Oh,
more
okay.
child. Um, and you can check out some of the I don't want to get into that tangent
No,
either,
I'm
but
gonna check this
they,
stuff out for sure. Yeah. This I didn't know about
he
this,
was
so
yeah, Podesta and Hillary Clinton would email each other about pizza and saying, "Oh, we're gonna have some really special pizza," and it's obvious they're talking about children. It's disgusting.
are you serious? I've heard about
Uh,
Pizzagate, but I did not know
no,
that
yeah,
that's
you,
oh my
yeah,
goodness.
yeah. It's that John Podesta, and he's
So
got
it's
a
like
big
everything.
name there. Um, and that's why I say when I said about the tow truck guy, they said that he reported it to the detectives, but when AWP tried to verify, he told them,
You're
"No, we've never
breaking
heard
up
of
on
this."
us just a little bit.
So obviously,
If you turn off your camera, you'll have
oh,
better
sorry.
audio. That sounds crazy, but it works, I promise. If you turn the camera off,
How
it'll
do
have
I
like a
do
little
that? I'm
icon.
on my phone, and I'm
It's okay.
I'm
It's okay.
pretty dumb.
Oh, no, you're not no, do not say
Turn
that, but
the
there should be
camera.
a, like, thing that says, like, the cam, and you can click it, and it'll turn it off. Then your audio should clear up. I
Okay,
know it's silly, but StreamYard is, like,
how's
crazy.
that?
Um,
Okay, I turned the cam off.
okay. It ain't went off yet. Okay, there it goes. Now talk.
Okay.
You're better. It's
Um.
better.
So the total reported this week
You're
ago,
still
and
breaking up. I'm
EW
so
called to
sorry.
verify. Oh
I
shit!
thought
Sorry,
the camera
maybe I
might
just have a
fix it.
bad connection or something.
Okay, well, now I can hear you. That's crazy. It's like when I tell you that it ain't working, like, right, then you clear up. I
Oh,
wanna hear what
it's
you
probably
got
because
to
I'm on
say
my phone.
too. You've got some good content. I mean, I've not heard of these things.
Yeah, no. So my next question was, if the tow truck guy reported this 2 weeks ago, to a detective, and that's his story. When
Yes.
AWP tried to verify, they said they'd never heard of it. So my guess is
Ooh,
he told the wrong detective. He told the Placer County detective, who's
yeah.
obviously covering all this crap up.
Oh my gosh, yeah, so you gotta think about that. That goes back to the whole theory I had in the beginning when I heard this is alleged, I don't know this to be true, but it seems pretty interesting. It was said that the sheriff, I guess, so I don't know which sheriff that would be, but one of the sheriff's sons was supposed to be at that party. And I'm
I,
assuming, something happened or whatever, and, that just makes it weird to me, you know? That was they kinda act like because he was there, that's why it was, like, kinda being hushed.
yeah, the whole thing is that Wayne Wu, it's the Placer, which is
Okay.
why not trying to be a up church backer, but that's that same one where that girl, that Mufasa or whatever in the hell her name is,
Yeah.
mysteriously comes from. But I'm not even trying to get into all that stuff. But
Right.
but that Wayne Wu is definitely a crooked son of a gun.
Yeah, I'm not saying that everything he said like, there were things, like, in the beginning, because I mean, I was following it even. There were things that, very interesting and very questionable, but he just went off the rails with it, and, now he's trying to ma he's gonna what he's gonna do, he's gonna turn this on the crime community. He's gonna make it look like, "Oh, it's their fault. I was only doing it because of what they do. I wanted to expose the true crime community for what they do." That's in my opinion what he's gonna do, because he has to be the hero somehow, you know?
Kicked out for a second.
There you go. But,
But
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 yeah,
yeah,
like I'm saying, he had like in the beginning, he had some things that were interesting and stuff. He just went off the rails, and like now that last trolling video, like he got that idea, and he's going to roll with it. He's going to pretend like he was trolling the whole time when he wasn't. He was serious in the beginning. He defamed people and hurt people, and he made that troll video so that he can try and protect himself from lawsuit, and it ain't going to work because he was not trolling then. He only ever trolled in that video there. And what he's going to do with that, he's going to turn around on the true crime community. He's going to make a video. It's going to be like a little small documentary. It's going to make us look bad. And he's going to say, look, I wasn't trying to hurt Kylie's family or her image or any of that. It was just to expose them and embarrass them for what they're doing. That's what he's going to do 100%. I guarantee it. That's my opinion.
yeah, I try to stay away from all the. There's a little bit of truth in everything, you know,
Right.
and
Yeah. I
me
had to throw
personally,
that
like
out
I've
there though because I said it at the beginning, and I think that everybody else needs to be aware of it, especially these people having him on their shows because he's recording all of it for that purpose, for a purpose.
yeah, but back to the important stuff
Yeah,
is, I I
I
think
get
that
it. Yeah, nobody else wants
I
to. I don't blame anybody for not wanting to discuss it. I get it.
no I mean I'll sit here and say like if you go back to some of the crap he said, like um you know, Ikmail or Ikmail, whatever,
Uh huh.
he was definitely paying that whoever in the hell Ronnie is to give a bullshit story. You know, that's obvious
I mean,
because
it's
if you
weird.
think about it,
It's strange. It is. That part of it is pretty
well,
strange, but I don't know for sure if he was. I would like to find out.
with if you think about it, like let's say somebody called your channel and started saying, "Yeah, my cousins were there and they were giving drugs and they
Yeah,
were
that's pretty crazy.
following her around." Wouldn't you stop right there and call FBI?
Yes,
Like
I
you
mean, I would tell
personally?
him to contact the police right then. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and he didn't do that. He sat there acting like it was the juiciest thing in the world, and that right there that stops for me. That's chicken shit.
Yeah, I understand. I know. But a lot of these
So,
people, it draws attention to their channels. I mean,
but and then
I don't know if it's just because he wanted to make money and he didn't care that it was so important or whatever, if it was true. I
yeah,
mean, but he should have verified something about it, right? Are you from
yeah,
that area? Somebody asked.
huh?
Are you from that area too? I mean, like, do you have
I
knowledge of
am
the people?
as close to Juarez, Texas as it gets. I'm
Oh,
southern New Mexico.
cool. Okay. Awesome.
I'm just a
I'm
40 year
reaching
old
people
retired.
all over the world now.
I'm a 40-year-old retired principal with nothing better to do watch YouTube with my insomnia.
Oh my goodness, I watch way too much YouTube, but I
But
can't.
but see, and that's why I was asking the questions about that XanaMay, because
I get
on
it.
her appearance on Tony's show, she flat out said, and he said it too, that on Saturday she had to report for duty, which is,
Hmm.
normal National Guard.
Yeah, I need to
But
go
then
back
when
and
all the
look
drama
for
kicked
sure.
up, all of a sudden on Saturday she's on YouTube and she's not on
Ex-
duty.
exactly. I'll ask her about that because if she needs to clarify that. If you're asking that question, imagine how many other people are still asking that question. And
Yeah,
like, I want
and
her to be able to clear her name. I mean, I don't
that's
want to
why
press her
I
hard,
offered your channel just $500 as a bonus, because I've seen that picture where she's supposedly in a helicopter,
but yeah.
and those ain't military headphones.
I mean,
You know,
I'll
they
ask
might
her
have
if
been in the
maybe she can
70s.
verify it to me privately or something,
Yeah,
just so that we have the
and
answer.
all I was asking
And
for
I won't
is
lie about it. I promise.
every military buddy I know has a picture of him and all his buddies standing next to a tank,
Right.
or standing next to a helicopter, or standing next to machine guns, like real military guns.
Yeah.
The
But
pictures I've seen of her
I do believe her,
are,
like, I really do. Like, have you seen all that footage of, where she went out and saved her family? Like, they literally, like, all of the things she does in her normal day life, like, they let her leave for the amount of time it took for her to retrieve them and get them back. Did you see that? Like, it's really
I
heartwarming.
think I saw something about her like
You should
smuggling
watch
family
it.
through Mexico or something.
Please watch it. Please watch it. I'm telling you,
Yeah, I'll
it
try to,
proves her innocence.
but I
It
think
does.
if the National Guard found out she was smuggling people through Mexico and it was on the national news, she would face penalties.
They no, I promise. They verified all of her information. Like, they verified that she is in the National Guard. I don't
Oh,
think she told them that she was going to smuggle people in. I don't think
but she was on the
she
news doing it though. So
I
once
don't
they found out, somebody would report
she
that.
might be
And
in trouble. We don't know, but
yeah,
I'm telling you that she truly did. I don't know what she told them to be able to get off, but I'm sure they maybe thought that they had visas and she was going to, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure they thought somehow
well,
she was going to save them. Like,
so
I don't know.
let me ask you this, and I'm just being like a kind of a hard ass jerk.
It's okay. Go
How
for
do you
it.
know she told them that? Because she said so.
Well, I'm telling you that the news like reporter that done the story says that they verified it. They verified
Um,
her, everything she done or whatever.
right, and that's what I'm saying.
I
If
get
you go back to Sheriff Wayne Wu being in office after you watch
yeah,
that Project Veritas video,
mhm,
it'll make you question a lot of things.
right, I
Like,
know.
and
I
that's
just
a
don't wanna be
legitimate.
disrespectful, but I mean, I'll ask her to privately show it to me, and I mean, I
Yeah,
don't mean that in a weird way, but
yeah.
I'm
I
sure she can
mean,
understand our concern considering everything that was said, and that would help her. If I could see it, I won't lie about it. If she don't show it to me or whatever, I mean, I would say
yeah. I would say the best way to
because
show the.
her reasoning for not wanting to do it is her privacy and her risk of family or whatever. So, I mean, showing me something would, I mean, I'm not, I'm, you know what I'm
Well,
saying? I'm just
let
one
me ask you, what
person.
would you rather show? A picture of you and your buddies next to a tank, or you on a canoe in a lake that a girl died in?
Yes, I understand what you're saying. But again,
But
I feel
I
bad
mean,
for
I
her.
love the way you're. I'm talking to you because I love the way you handle things. You're a small channel, and
Oh,
I
but
think a
thank
lot
you.
of the things I'm saying are just valid questions.
Well, I do
I'm not
too.
accusing anybody of anything.
Right, you're just questioning
Um,
things, and honestly, these answers could help her. That's my view
yeah,
on it now at this point. Before
yeah,
before I also wanted to verify who she was and, so on. I get it because we really are, like, we think like, private investigators in our minds, you know? We wanna know
yeah,
things, we wanna tie things together because we're passionate. It's just I don't wanna, like, overstep a boundary, and I think that that wouldn't be if I asked her to show me, and privately. That would not put her
yeah,
at risk, and that like, she's concerned about risk, so I don't see why that would be a
yeah.
problem.
And I think that would be awesome if you were able to get that from her. Like I said, the one picture I did see was a fake, to me, a fake picture of her in a helicopter. Show you getting on the helicopter, or show something a
Right.
little more or less generic.
That's what I'll ask her to do.
But no, there's
We do
you
have
know,
paperwork. I know that Justin had something to prove that she works at NASA and does all the things she does. Actually, he sent it
yeah,
to me. Hang on. Let me look at something here. But if she don't want certain things shared, I won't, but it's easily accessed. You can look her up and verify quite a few things.
yeah. Me personally, it's hard enough to verify photos. You
Yeah,
got that whole issue
that's
with Kylie's
true.
teeth always all crooked. But
Yeah.
I can make you a document that says I'm a UFO in about 10 minutes.
Right. I know. Well, listen, I had a girl one time. She was like fraudulent. She was making fraudulent like law papers. I think
Hmm.
like she had like protective orders and I forget what all it was, but it was silly. And I've seen them many times, all these different type of forums, and I knew it was bullshit. And so I called her on it, and it was bullshit. I know they can fake anything nowadays, judges,
Yeah.
signatures, and everything. It's
Oh
insane.
yeah. That's why I don't. When you tell me you got paperwork, I tell you, yeah, right. And that's for anybody. And I don't want to see paperwork. That's their private information. I'm just saying, like every military buddy I know has got a bunch of pictures of them, celebrating with cigars in their mouths and guns in their
That is
arms, and
Yeah, yeah, I
you know,
agree, yes, that's true.
it should be easy to come by.
Well, I will
And
get
she
her
doesn't
to
owe me
send me
nothing. She doesn't
something.
have to prove nothing for me. She doesn't owe
Right.
me a favor.
It would help her, I understand, yes, 1000%.
Yeah,
I actually think that in that footage that there were photos of her like that, if I can remember correctly, but I'm gonna go back and verify before I
yeah.
say that
I'll,
it
I'll I'll go look at it too. Maybe I'm just running my mouth,
Oh, you're
but
alright,
I really do recommend you watch that Project Veritas video. Like it
right.
is it
You're
is
not being
sad.
disrespectful or harsh or anything, I think that, if I'm being too loving on, like, then that would, I'm trying to be like unbiased. Uh,
Right.
and I'm also trying to be supportive though, because I do truly relate to what she's going through. And I couldn't imagine on the scale that she's going through it. I just couldn't. Those people are
Yeah.
like really relentless, like really, really relentless. Like I don't care. Um, but
Yeah. Like I say, I just I sit here and I've watched so many people, like you see these fake pictures coming up of the car and the dead body, and oh, her hair's being held up by the window, and
uh-huh.
there's just so much crap going on, and you go back to the facts is one the now that people watch the drone videos, you can see the car in the water,
Yes,
you
you
know,
can.
and
1000%.
yet
It's very
and yet
visible. Let me
the
see if I can find
police
that while you're talking.
the police didn't find it, and then the police told AWP don't search here, and then the police didn't tell everybody about the tip from the truck driver.
Well, they didn't say don't search here, but they told them this has been searched all this time, and tried to make it like,
Yeah,
well, you probably don't. Like, like kind of inferring it, like this has been searched really well.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They basically drew a red X through it and says you don't need to look here.
Right.
They
That's
didn't they didn't tell them not
gotcha.
to, but and when you start putting all this together, you know, um, something stinks
Mhm.
because
I
how
agree.
how how did the police even let a party of 400 kids happen? You know, like that's unheard of, and then it happens every year, so they know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
and
I mean, it's
and
planned. It's like a tradition.
and then you see the PI guy, like he flat out says the volunteer center was always empty.
That's
You
so
know,
strange.
if you watch the music concert that they held for her, it was pathetic. There was nobody there.
Yeah, it was like a really
So so
small room,
so if the
and
whole county was searching and involved, well, there's no proof of any of that. And
it
I'm
was
not trying
just
to be
talked
riding up
about.
church.
No, it's true. It was just really talked about. I don't negate that this is suspicious. That I mean, obviously, in my heart, and from what we've seen, heard, and we can verify, it seems to me that this was definitely foul play. I mean, I can't say for sure at this point, I guess, but I feel very, very confident. Very, very, very confident. And I even thought, like maybe the police may have, there might be something weird going on there. Seems.
Yeah, it's
So
like
I can agree with you on that. I don't go down his route. Like what he done is absolutely just disgusting. And I don't agree with it by any facet because,
no, yeah.
that's like extremely dangerous.
I can bet you this much. When you do watch that Project Veritas video,
Uh huh.
at the end of it, you're gonna wonder this: how is that town allowing this guy to be sheriff? When the fact of the matter is he was taking a 16-year-old girl for a ride,
Uh huh. Yeah. That's,
having sex with her.
oh my
And
goodness.
then his getaway was that she signed a paperwork saying she was 18, a handwritten note by herself.
And so was this like, has it been proven that it happened in the
Watch
in the
the
doc?
video.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
okay, so Project Veritas, to give you an idea what they do, he sends an undercover person to say a governor's office and talks to him and gets them to admit things, or to like ABC News and gets them to admit things, to
Uh-huh.
Twitter, to Facebook. He's got undercover people everywhere, and
Right.
he's hated. He's I'm assuming he's a Republican or something, because he's pro right or pro left. I don't know what the hell that is. But
Right.
but the bottom line
I'm
is
cool with whatever party you are.
he's
Honestly, I
got
used
a
to be weird,
he's
but
he's got 28-year veterans from Placer County verifying that this was going on camera,
right.
and
So,
everybody is okay with it. No one's. You would think that in my county there would be an uprising if that guy was wearing a badge still.
well, yeah, that
But
that would not. Well, actually, my county don't have the best sheriff ever at all right now, and we've had the same one for a while. So I can't really say that because my county don't really seem to give a shit what the fuck's going on. They're just like, whatever, go on,
yeah,
just to keep voting in the
but
same person that ain't done anything. That
you
whatever.
know, I like I say, if there's all that, like, I mean, you've got his, like I said, there's 20, 30-year veterans verifying this on camera,
Yeah.
and
Well,
they're
I'm
not
gonna
hiding their
go
faces.
over it, and tomorrow I'll try to do it by tomorrow, but if not tomorrow, the next day. And I hope
Yeah,
you come in, and then we can talk about it. I appreciate
and the
you.
scariest part is, and I'll let you go. Um, they, one of the people say, "Be careful because this guy is very powerful and he will come after you."
Yeah,
And he's got a lot of big names, and they were scared of him, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So
That happens a
so
lot. That happens so much.
oh, and then have you seen one last thing? There's a guy named like Live Lake or something, Lake Live. Very, very small channel, but he dug into the salary that Wayne was getting,
Uh huh.
over $500,000
Oh
from the
my
county.
heavens! How? How? So, what county was this in? You said
What's that?
what count? What was the name of the county in the state? What was
The
that?
place, the Placer County.
Oh yeah. So this. Wait, no, wait. This was in Placer County, like what you're talking
Yes,
about.
this is Placer County. This is
Jeez
the sheriff that's
Louise.
investigating.
Holy moly. Okay, that's like at first I didn't know why we were talking about it. Now like I understand
Oh yeah,
very clearly
like
why. So let me
like you
write that
gotta
down. Hold up. You need to tell me that name. Hold on. Okay. So what is the
and you
name I need to search?
just do for which part? Sorry,
What is it?
huh?
Can you say that one more time? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Which part are you wanting to search about?
The name of the video, like what you called it.
Oh, just say Project Veritas,
Project
and Wayne Wu. You should come up with a
And Wayne Wu. Okay, Wayne Wu. I should be able to search that and then try. I should be able to get it.
Is it
Yeah.
Wayne Wu or Wayne Woon or something like that? I don't even know, to be honest with you. But you'll
I'll
see
check
where there
it.
was a heated race to fill in the replacement for the
They
sheriff.
kept his name out of all this stuff a lot, I've noticed, but I have seen his name, but it doesn't, it makes it look like he's not like a leading role in some ways in a lot of this documentation that's being put out. So that would make
Yeah,
sense. Project Veritas. Okay. So I spelled it wrong. Let me fix that. All right. Okay. Well, I thank you so much. This is very interesting. And
yeah.
so when did that happen? Like allegedly, when did,
I think this new sheriff barely came in like a month before the Kiely thing, and I'm trying to guess at that. I couldn't tell you,
okay, so the
but
new sheriff came in, but Wayne Wu, like, did he like step back or?
uh, I'm just gonna let you watch the video so I don't lie to you.
Okay,
But but
okay.
and then after this, make sure you watch that guy. His name's like Living Lake. I'll put it in the chat after I hang up. His name's like Living Lake, and he's doing a lot of databases from the who gets paid what in that county.
Uh-huh.
And he put that the sheriff's salary was like 70,000, but that he got over a half million in total benefits. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Sheriffs across the country don't make that kind of money.
No, 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 no. Like
So,
here,
so
I mean, I was a officer, like I done some work, I'll put it that way, for a certain county, but it wasn't my county. Um, and here though, if I were to have to work in my county, they don't even pay the officers. Like you have to volunteer. So yeah.
oh, she's yeah, yeah. I gotta go see who's talking crap about me on your chat because I'm sure people are getting pissed off.
Oh, you're
But
good. No, we don't do that here. We try to be respectful. Everybody has a right to their opinion, and everybody has a right to talk to me about their opinions, and we can look over things. And we try to be respectful and not accuse. But if
mhm,
something is reality and it's factual and it's already out there, that's that.
yeah.
So I get
So I
it.
wanted
I
to ask you
appreciate
two
you.
questions. I give you all this info. I want to ask you two questions
Go
if I
for
can.
it. Go for it.
Um, do you think it's weird that like AWP doing what they did and that PI being there for a week and talking to grandpa and dad? Do you think it's weird that the mom never talked to these people physically
Absolutely,
before, after, or during?
absolutely. Listen, I have to tell you that I'm
And and
concerned.
and then the second question is, if your child was, and it's just a question, if your child was missing and this great organization volunteered their time, came across
I
the
would not be
country,
mad, and I definitely wouldn't disrespect them.
well, my question is not only would you not talk to them, but would you be at a sushi restaurant while they're searching the lake that she went missing at?
And no, 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 no.
Yeah, so I just think there's a lot of BS.
Like
But
I respect any mother, but let me just say that I don't understand. I mean, I don't know if this is just her way of being. I don't know,
yeah,
but
it could be.
I wouldn't
Everybody
be
grieves
doing things the way
differently.
she has. I have to say that.
But anyhow, I'll let you go and I'll get on the chat and send you
Well,
that
thank
Living
you.
Lake guy
I hope
and
you
this other
stay
one.
around with us. I appreciate all your thoughts and opinions and
Well,
everything you talk to me about.
if you remember, I was one fighting you in comments about up church,
That's
but
okay.
I was just being a dick, so don't worry about it.
That's okay. I can handle it. I
Okay,
promise.
alrighty, have
You
a
should
good
have
one.
seen my chat back in the day. You'd
All right,
understand.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Uh,
Bye bye. All right. So, would anybody else like to come up before we end the live tonight? I think tonight's live has been very like informative, like especially with Anime coming in and then him telling us about this is Veritas. This is super important. I mean, that just shows if there's like a lot of crime going on in that county. That just shows, if they're going to cover up one thing, what else wouldn't? Why wouldn't they cover this up? To say somebody that they love or care about, if one of them, it's very possible, and that just makes me think more now that this is a murder cover up. And I mean, I can't prove it. I'm just stating that this is my opinion based on the facts that we have here. And I don't want to hurt anybody, but yeah, it is weird to me. I mean, I hate to say it. It is weird to me. I would never be, like I said, okay, if those police officers didn't find it or whatever, they didn't, and we seen they were supposed to be searching all this amount of time, how are you going to go and get mad when, if they hadn't have found her, who's to say when she would have been found? It could have been a very long time. And I know that's not the outcome that we wanted, but you can't place the blame on them because they found her. I don't know. Strange it's the stepdad's family that spoke to the AWP, yet neither were there for the search. Who is the mom's? Yeah, yeah. Like a lot of times they have like the families there and stuff. I get it. I just think this family is like a little different from most of us. That's what I've gathered. They're pretty private people, it would seem. Because in the beginning, when you went to Kylie's Instagram or whatever, it was private. But somebody said that it had been completely taken down. I need to actually check that to verify if it has. Actually, I'll do that right now and see if I can pull up what was there before. All right. One moment, guys. Da, 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 da. So, does anybody else want to come up though before we leave? Before we end the live tonight? Oh no, it's still here. Miss Ginger, my darling. Well, hello. Welcome to the Mysteriously Brittany show.
Well, hello, girl.
Why, hello.
Well, I have a couple things,
Go for it.
and here you're gonna love this. Well, first thing is, as far as when they are figuring out things with the body, I can help you with that.
Okay.
I majored in um, A&P,
Okay.
so I can help you with that when that comes up.
Okay.
The other thing is,
Let me write
I
that
have
down.
an odd perspective. Um, okay, back in 2013,
Uh huh.
my daughter disappeared.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Oh yeah, you never do this, but
No.
um, my daughter disappeared. Okay, she was lured away by a trafficking ring. Okay,
Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Ginger.
I found her.
Oh, thank
So
God. Thank God it's a good ending. But
right,
still, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
so I kind of have a gut instinct when it comes to how parents are going to react. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And I tell you what, that 3 weeks, I think I ate mm,
probably nothing.
ev- every 4 to 5 days. You
Oh,
know, it
yeah.
sounds like yeah, okay, BS, but
When Aiden passed away, my milk dried up because I could not eat. I could not sleep. I sat up
mm-hmm,
constantly and watched Sadie once we come home and had the funeral. I
mm-hmm,
couldn't do anything. And like Eric did, like after the night that he passed away or whatever, he did make me sleep a few hours. But when I got up, my whole world was flipped upside down. I couldn't believe that it was real. I was hoping that when I woke up, it would change. I mean, it's the most
yeah.
indescribable thing when it's your child, whether you lose one, whether they're in danger. It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, I don't understand that either.
And yeah, and the not knowing. And I tell you, I did everything they tell you not to, but
Yeah.
my instinct was at the time go straight to Facebook
Yeah, you put your boots on the ground, girlfriend, and thank God.
because the first thing I did is I called the police
Uh-huh.
and reported her. And
And
then
what
they
they
told
tell
me,
you?
I go, why aren't you going to do an Amber Alert? Well, guess what?
What?
In my state, Amber Alert is for anybody under 12.
Are you kidding? That these Amber Alert rules, we really need to raise some noise about that
Mm-hmm.
because just like with Kylie, which I get like they were like that was all a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really pissed off about that because it's all been a distraction. Like everything, they've found a way to do that, you know. And I also want to say I'm so thankful that you found your daughter. And I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know this. Like I understand, why you're here. Like those things are why we all everybody here most likely has had something tragic happen,
Mm-hmm.
maybe multiple tragedies, like I have. I can't. I'm so sorry, but I'm so glad you found her. So you got on Facebook and you started searching because the police just blew you off. They wouldn't even put out an Amber Alert because she wasn't below 12. I'm guessing.
They told me they weren't even going to look.
Oh my God, are you joking?
Two police officers stood on my porch and told me they weren't even going to look. They weren't going to waste the time or resources.
They're
So,
always worried about them resources.
exactly. So they said, well, when you find her, you just call us and we'll take her off the list of missing.
Are you
So,
serious?
I'm serious. And what I did is I put her picture out and posted it all over Facebook with her information, her weight, her height. Um, and you're going to and the things I learned during this time, okay, because I was always out in my vehicle, I was always looking for her, and I had three other children at home,
Yeah.
okay. I had my son was watching his two little sisters while mama was running all over the place. And I worked overnights too. So I took a leave of absence. I wasn't going to function, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'd spend all my days out looking for her, following leads and tips. And I was getting them. I was getting leads and tips
You're such
through
a good
Facebook
mama.
because I would post every night and every morning. And every night it was, I would send out a personal message to her.
Oh.
Um,
And then so
and
she got to look at these when you brought her home.
mm,
Oh,
yeah, she,
that's emotional. Oh my God.
so eventually when I did find her, it was because somebody, I had got a tip that she was seen with this kid. Well,
Yeah.
he wasn't a kid, he was in his 20s, and he was a known
Bad person.
offender.
Oh my heavens. Oh my heavens. I wasn't going to ask anything that.
That kind of offender.
Yeah, Lord,
Um,
child. Oh my God. I am
so,
terribly sorry, Ginger.
so they saw him, right? Because I found his picture on Facebook and I posted that this is who she was last seen with.
Yeah. How old was she when this happened?
15 or 15, yeah.
15. Oh my goodness.
She was 15 years old, straight A student,
What state
everything.
was it in?
Iowa.
Iowa? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard some things about the law enforcement out there. I have. It's a lot like here. They don't do
Yeah.
much.
I live right on the border between there and Omaha, Nebraska. Everybody knows, I don't
Right.
care, but there's a lot of trafficking rings, okay,
Yeah, I've heard
through
that.
that. I mean, because we live right off like I-80, I-29, okay, and that's where a lot of it gets trafficked through. Now, when I got a tip that they were going to move her,
Oh, they were going to move her. Okay.
and I got a tip of what vehicle it was going to be, so I told the police,
Yeah.
man, nothing we could do about it.
And they still didn't put out an Amber Alert, even though you had this information?
Uh-huh.
Now, see, that's bullshit. They should done something to put that out there somehow, some type of like, I don't know, mutual law, like some type of mess. They need to have some kind of messaging system where all law enforcement, like a uh,
APD.
kind of
Yeah.
like a community board for law enforcement, and
Hmm.
and they should be able to put things out like that. Yeah, like why did they not do that? That's ridiculous.
What helped me is somebody reached
We
out to
didn't
me
have
from
things
this,
like that.
I think it was the state of Florida. Somebody in the state of Florida reached out to me and was saying, this is trafficking, before I even found out it was.
Yeah,
Because they worked for something human trafficking, you know, and they gave me the hotline and information to post around that because they help that more than the police do, right?
yeah,
So I put her on that list, and then the gal that contacted me and told me all this, I talked to her on the phone. She goes, I am telling you, I saw her picture and I knew it was. And I go, what makes you say that? And she goes, because kids are being lured between the ages of 14 and I believe she said 19
right.
for trafficking purposes. And the number one is blondes with blue eyes or green
You
eyes.
know, that scares the shit out of me because, me and Eric were
Mm-hmm.
talking, and what if they're like, okay, because, well, you know why that scares me, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to talk about it anymore because
Nope.
I was thinking, like, what if there's a serial killer?
Yep.
Because, like, look at all the blonde haired, blue eyed people that
Mm-hmm.
lately being a victim, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe,
Mm-hmm.
there's all routes this could lead. Maybe all
Yeah.
the stuff that we're looking at is just coincidence and it's being shown to us for a reason. Maybe there's a law enforcement officer that travels around, or you never know what form he's in, what
Yep.
division, what this, we don't know. I mean, I'm just
Well,
speculating that something ain't right.
well, I mean, how we got her back is I got a call from a gas station attendant,
Oh my gosh.
and she said, "Yeah, he's in here right now. He's over, messing with this, machine."
Yeah.
And she goes, I'm going to keep him in here. And I go, okay, well, if you go for the phone and call the police, he's going to know, right?
Yeah.
I said, buy me some time. I'll call them. So I called them and they actually got off their asses and showed up there.
Oh
They
my
went
God.
up there
They finally done something.
and then I called them and I told them, I'm en route. I'm going right now. I was in my car. I hadn't left the driveway. I wasn't going to drive, you know.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm on my way down because it was across town. And they, I thought I was going to beat them there because, what would
Absolutely.
they be in a hurry for?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I
So,
get there and there was four police units there,
okay.
and they had him in handcuffs, and they had a dog, a canine unit,
Hmm.
and they caught him with paraphernalia on him too.
Oh, that's good. That's good because that's something they can just straight away be like proving that he's got something and take him in.
And they go like this, well, if you don't tell us because you have been cited by, you know, and he gave the location of the house.
Oh, thank heavens! I'm so glad that this come out a good ending. But what happened in the period of time is still, I'm terribly sorry.
Well, I mean, she's been through therapy. She's still in therapy, and this is 9 years later.
I'd imagine so.
She ended up having a baby out of it, you know.
Oh my heavens! Well, how
But
how is she now?
you know what? She's got her head straightened out. She's in college now,
Yeah,
um, and she's doing great. I mean, it took her a long
thank God.
time to
Yeah, I
bounce
mean,
back. And there's still stuff she won't talk about because she goes, there's things I can't say because they'll know it's me.
there's probably things she can't remember too. I'm sure that her mind is pushed out.
But she did. I mean, she's like, there's, and she explained that it's a ring, and yes, they were moved, and I had been tipped off that she was going to be moved to, it was Minnesota.
Yeah.
Um, what was it? She
No.
said Minneapolis, and it's basically a underground auction.
Geez, this stuff's real, and like
And
you
then
don't
she
hear talk
told me
about
where
it
the
enough.
other. She goes, there's an auction site in Houston,
Probably all the big cities, I would imagine, but nobody knows.
and then there's one in outside of Denver. Um, and she goes, and they filter them through like Omaha and stuff like that.
Uh huh.
Yeah, she
Well,
was
I
like,
did not know this, Ginger, not at all. I mean, but I've always adored you and known that we were connected somehow in some way. I mean, I've never been through anything like that, but I'm just thankful it came out a good ending. I mean,
right. And this, but I mean, when that first happened with this girl, that's my first thought went to. And then she said, if you do not cooperate with them at first, because she was like, I don't know if you remember the case where I can't remember her name right offhand, and I should. The one who, oh, Molly Tibbetts,
Molly Tibbetts.
the girl that got nabbed while she was jogging and found in a cornfield in Iowa.
I'll have to look that one up. I don't know if
Look it
I've
up.
heard it or not.
She said that. She goes, Mom, that's a ring right there.
Oh,
Because she goes, that's one of the cell. She goes, they're like cells in different places.
yeah, and like we all want like when this stuff happens, we always think in our head like it's probably something personal, like somebody knows them. But a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times it's not. It's this very thing. It's trafficking, and it's a growing thing. Well, that's like what happened to Anne Heche. She was doing
Mm-hmm.
a documentary on trafficking, and did you know that Paul Walker, when that accident happened, he was also doing a documentary type thing on trafficking?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that crazy? I mean, those two things like being so similar.
And that's what she said. She goes, you start blowing and then when I first when I first started mine, she goes, do not do not dive too far into it. She goes, because they will watch, they
Oh
will
yeah.
find you. She goes, and they will find you. And she goes, and it's not just you have to worry about. So I kind of walked away from doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes, because they know where we live.
It's the
Or you,
richest people in this world that, I mean, and they are very dangerous and they're capable of anything. Yeah. That's why nothing's been done about it.
And I said, why didn't you, like, if you had access to this or you were able to get a hold, she got a hold of the phone at one point. She
Oh.
goes, trust me, the police aren't going to help. Some are involved.
Oh, that's so sad. So, so sad. Well, you know they are. I mean, it's the most powerful, richest, people that are end up behind this stuff, just like with Epstein. He had so much
Hmm.
influence and power. He could contact anybody. I mean, look, he had he had princes there. He had, I mean, presidents, governor, I mean, all kinds of people.
Oh, yeah. And if you look into the
Thorn,
scandal,
you're talking about Thorn, Rachel? Yeah. Thorn is a beautiful organization. If we could start doing something like I thought about creating my own merch. And then, like, where I love, like, leopard print and roses, like, we could do something like that because thorn with the rose.
yeah,
And then, like, so much of the percentage, like, a big percentage of it to go to, thorn. Because I know that, Kendall Ray done that for a long time, and, I don't think she is now, so, I mean, it wouldn't hurt because I mean, they need as much money as possible because the people doing this have way more money, you know?
yep, yep. And oh, it goes. eh, How do I put this? Have you ever looked into the Franklin Credit Union?
No.
That's what you just look it up. It was a scandal that happened
Let me
in, I
write that
think,
down. That way we can talk about it tomorrow. Hold on. Okay, what was it called?
Franklin Credit Union.
Franklin Credit Union. Okay.
Okay, it's it was the whole Boys Town expose they did in 1989, where they found out a lot of kids were being. It has Epstein ties.
Oh.
This is okay. Um,
So was he getting his like he was getting people from there?
what was going on is there were government agents. I mean, not agents, but political,
Political.
high political figures involved.
Yeah.
So they buried it after a while.
People with high political influence. I see what you're saying.
We are saying all the way to the top. Okay.
Yes, I know.
Um, and basically, one of the people that got caught had connections to the Johnny Gotch case too.
Oh, that I've watched so much on that, and
Hmm.
it's just oh my gosh, yeah.
See, I mean, I posted stuff on mine, like videos, but the thing is, I never went into the deep end of it
It's
of
scary.
because I mean, the locations he was talking about Bohemian Grove.
Mhm. Yeah, the Alex Jones exposed the shit out of them. That's why I respect
There
him in
is
a way.
another, and there's more than one Bohemian Grove site.
Right, and I do wanna say something, though. I wanna touch on this real quick. Like, I was comparing what Ryan done to Alex Jones, but Alex Jones, like, there was a lot of misinformation going on at that time. Like, it was everybody
Yeah.
was kind of wondering, did this happen? I know that he done it in a way, like, that other people weren't, and a lot of people got to see it, and it was hurtful to that family, and I don't agree with it, but a lot of
Hmm.
his work before that and after that, he
Yeah.
really does good work. He thought he was onto something.
You know what? And that I mean, I've listened like I love Rogan. Oh,
I
love
do
me some.
too. I do
Oh,
too.
love me some Rogan.
He changed my mind actually. That's a lot about it because like he made me open my eyes. Yeah, he did do a lot of good work. I don't agree at all though about that whole situation,
Hmm.
but he got involved and he got in it, and I see like I understand in a way, but I just don't. You know what I'm saying? I guess.
I know. I think that he nailed it, and there's so many people that are like he was right about that.
Yeah,
So he got a big head about it. Um, but
it went too far. Yeah,
yeah, but there are. I'm going to tell you, there are connections that I found that I would tell you about. I'll email you about that
yeah.
I
We'll talk
found.
privately.
Um,
Email me and I'll give you a contact so that we can talk.
okay. Um, because there's another site that's just in Omaha, outside of Omaha.
No way. Oh my god, I've been in Omaha.
Uh,
I need to get my
I've
van
been
on
to
the
the
road, kids.
I've been to the site, and I didn't even know it.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yes, because okay, let's put it this way: he took them to this barn. This
Yeah.
witness, more than one witness. There was three witnesses. They all ended up taking him. The police.
Mhm.
and the senator to the site. And I'm like, I know that site because it's a very how do I distinguishable
Yeah.
place.
Right. Like
It okay.
it's really like a place that you can't like get it mixed up. Is what you're saying, right?
No, it's like, have you ever been in a barn that has pavement?
Um. Uh. Yeah. Well, actually, I have to say my neighbor's got like a well, my old neighbor had a shit ton of money. He built
Mhm.
like a weird like fancy barn, and it had a concrete foundation floor, and I
Yeah,
thought that was weird.
this had a concrete floor, and
Oh
you
my
know,
god! Now I'm thinking my neighbor's doing shit because he can like use a
but
water
it
hose to
also had like
leak.
a stage,
Oh.
like a wood stage, and if you went under the wood stage down these stairs, that was where the animals were housed. You
Uh-huh.
know, okay. And I'm like, that's odd. And then there was burn marks right in the center.
Uh.
But and then they got
That makes sense. Okay.
like
Like a simple sign.
a bonfire, and
Yeah.
he was talking about, well, they had to chase people out of here because they were doing some stuff that.
Uh-huh.
But the family that bought the property, his family originally owned
Uh.
it, and in order to get to it, his property was right next to it, right, because it was originally parceled to his family.
Right.
We had to go. We couldn't go through the woods, and we couldn't go highway to it. It was a quarter of a mile down the road from his house. We had to go through a field to get to it.
So he had it separated. That way he would have privacy.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
very private. And once you get to a certain point in the woods, there's people that would pop out and go, "What are you doing here? You're trespassing."
Right. Hang on just one second. Armando, tomorrow we will watch that together. I just wanted to finish up with Ginger's story because I mean this is like really touching, and she's been there for me since the very beginning, and it's very interesting. And so I'm not trying to be like I'm not ignoring you or anything like that. I promise. It's just I want to hear her story, and then I'm going to lay down a little bit, and we'll get back together tomorrow, and I'll play that for everybody to see. Okay, I'm sorry, Ginger. Continue.
And he goes, "Well, we have to go the back way, and if we hear anybody, we need to roll out real quick." And
Yeah.
that's what we did. I mean, I'm not going to go into the whole story, but let's just say
Yeah,
we
yeah, for your safety
we
and
go
friendly,
to leave,
yeah,
we go to leave, we leave by the highway,
mhm,
and then a black car goes by real slow, and it has government plates.
right. Rachel,
Okay,
I agree with you, by the way. They're saying
black.
Rogan they said that Rogan puts out misinformation. No, Rogan has people come in for long periods of time,
Hmm.
and they talk about things that's, like, important to them, informational things, and sometimes people give their opinions, and he can't be held responsible for what people's opinions are. So, he does not put out misinformation, that's false. Sorry, guys, I'm not trying to be mean or rude,
Nope.
but, yeah.
Yeah, he isn't in control of what they,
Yeah,
what
you can't
what
control
their
everybody.
experience is or their views. But yeah, I mean, it was just weird. I mean, and then same black car came back and rolled the window down partially so you could only see the face. Like, and there was a guy wearing sunglasses. What are you doing? We're just going for a walk. You haven't been on that property, have you? What property?
Yeah, right, yeah, seriously, what property?
and
What
it's actually owned by some people that, yeah, there's some connections there.
well, we'll
But
talk about it.
but
You
it's,
just me and you privately, very
yeah,
privately.
you do not want this out there, but I'm gonna let you know what you know. But
Yeah, I wanna hear about it because, well, I wanna do whatever we can to actually put an end to that crap, you know?
yeah,
Behind the
yeah.
scenes, behind the
There's a way to get some things out without
yeah,
getting too deep.
mhm,
Um, but yeah, that was my first thought: is you got this party, you got this going on,
yeah.
and what if it was a girl that resisted? Because that's one of the things she said. It was let known to her if she resisted, she was dead.
Oh my god, so if they resist at all, then they're dead. That's awful. So they've just gotta act like they're down?
It's you take it or you die.
Yeah, that's terrible.
But that's how they break them.
Right.
So that was my, I'm not saying that's what happened to her. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah. I get what you're saying. You're just saying allegedly, maybe you don't know, but this,
I'm just saying that she fits the profile.
yes. Well, I do think we got something crazy going on, and I thank you for coming up, Ginger. I mean, you will talk about this further, to, like
Mhm.
privately before, you know.
Yep. I'll email. I'll shoot you an email tomorrow.
All right, y'all email me. Do you have my email?
Mm. Is it
Just
on your about page?
just email Brittany Lou Preston at yahoo.com, and
I
I'll
would
get it.
too. Just email me because you know why? Mine's on my about page.
Okay, that'll work. That'll work.
Okay.
I love you, doll. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
I love you,
I'm so sorry
sweetheart.
that happened, but you guys are well, not guys. You ladies are strong women, and I'm very proud to know you and have you in my community and as a supporter. And I support you too.
Oh, I got you. And yeah, I love you to death, girl. You know
Love you
that.
too, darling. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye, babe. All right, you guys. I think tonight's live has been really informative. We've talked about a lot, and um, I really do want to do what we can to help with Thorn. I I'd seen that a long time ago, and I just think it fits with our narrative and what we're about. You know, I want to help in any way, and especially with human trafficking becoming such a large problem that nobody is willing to do much about because of the people that are, in play in that. It's crazy. Um, let's see. I'm gonna read a few of these comments, and thank you to my mods, my Chastity. Thank you to Michelle, to everybody that helped tonight. Again, if you want to support the channel and so that we can eventually get in a van and be able to go out and help people, right, like actually go there and do something that is beneficial and helpful. I don't just want to sit and talk all day. I want to act. I want to be able to do something. So if you want to donate to that and you want to help support the channel and our mission, you can do that. My Cash App is running across the screen literally right now, and my Venmo. But yeah, I thank XanaMayX for coming on tonight. I hope that this information helps clear up a lot of things. I hope that she starts getting the love that she deserves. Um, and if I have to further clarify things so that her life can be back to normal, I will do so. And I do think that Ryan Up Church should definitely apologize. Not that that's going to fix the damages, but he still should. Um, let's see, why the heck does see Tony dodge anyway? Let's see, why the heck did she choose? I don't know. I don't know why she chose Tony. I really don't. Don't understand it. Let's see. If you would like, okay. Thank you so much, Angela. Thank you. Appreciate it. I've got a good team, got a good community, and I appreciate it. You just don't even know. Brittany, Shadows Ginger is one of my mods on my channel. She's a sweet. Oh my gosh, Ginger's been around since I had my old channel. So I know she's a good person. I absolutely adore her. Like Michelle here. Michelle was the first person to donate to me ever, ever, ever on my old channel. I wish you would apologize to, yeah, I wish you would apologize to the entire community too, because I do believe that he's planning to make a mockery of us, and I guess we'll see, but I lay money on it. Yeah, and I think maybe hopefully by me predicting what he's doing, hopefully that'll at least loosen it on him. Hope I ruin the hell out of it for him. I really do, because we do not agree with what he done. That's not what our community's about. That's not what our channel. That's what not at all what MCF family is about. MCF channel I had before, and it's not about what mysteriously Brittany, who is me. That's not what I'm about. So. But I love y'all so very much. I hope you had I hope you learned a lot tonight, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves, because we have to try and bring positivity in the world, regardless to what it is. Donation coming, says Armando. I have to make a Cash App or whatever that is. Well, I also have Venmo or Facebook Pay if you want to add me to Facebook, but you would have to let me know who you are, because like I get a lot of weird people on there. But again, I love you guys. Thank you so much. We'll catch back up tomorrow. I'm gonna look into some of this stuff because I've been making notes, and I don't know if you noticed, but that helped me to not like jump in like when somebody's talking to share my thoughts. And it's funny because I'm the one that's critical on myself because I want us to have the best show that there is. And then there's like trolls, that think that like they're gonna make it their idea. Like, dude, I already said that, so like I don't even care. But anyways, I love you guys. Have a great night. Toodles. Also, I'll set up a PayPal eventually. I got a story about PayPal, why I don't like to use it, but I love you guys. I love all my mods, everybody, the whole community, all my supporters. Have a good night and stay safe and hold your babies tight. Hold them very tight. Love you guys. Good night.